Hey, what's up? Welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to share with you 3 awesome meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner that cost me less than $1.50 per meal. At the end of today's video, I'll go over the cost breakdown, but let's rewind a little bit to breakfast and lunch this morning, and I'm about to make my dinner, which I'm also going to share with you. I'm so excited to do a full day of these types of meals. Typically when I do this kind of video, I just kind of do either lunches or dinners, but it was really fun today to put this together for one entire day. Do me a huge favor, give this video a huge thumbs up, and let's get started. Let's get started with breakfast. Now, I have personally been so obsessed with the little overnight oats that Trader Joe's has. I think it's their version of mush, and I haven't quite knocked out my own at-home version, but this day I think I finally did it. So I have some almond milk, chia seeds, instant oatmeal. You can use any oatmeal you like. I just like the texture of it. Some strawberry preserves and almond butter. Very simple ingredients, very simple overnight oats, but the cost is amazing compared to the little $3 packets of mush or Trader Joe's overnight oats. But again, I'm just addicted to the consistency, and I haven't quite gotten there yet, but this day I got like 99% of the way there. So I'm just using 1 cup of oats, 1 cup of almond milk, a tablespoon. I'm not like measuring perfectly, by the way. I like to measure with my heart, my soul, and my taste buds. A tablespoon of chia seeds, a tablespoon of the strawberry preserves, and a tablespoon of almond butter. These are the overnight oats that I'm obsessed with, but like, I want to save some money in my wallet, so I'm like trying my best to find the best overnight oats recipe, and I think you guys need to try this one. So again, I'm not like measuring exact because, I mean, unless you're like baking, and it needs to be exact, just measure with your heart. I mean, maybe I put a little bit more almond butter on here before I ate it, but these were the perfect consistency. I do want them to be a little bit sweeter, so I'm not like all the way there yet. But I was so happy with these for the price. So good. I ended up just letting them sit in my refrigerator for about 2 hours. Probably would even be even better if I let them sit overnight. But I needed to eat them today because I was hungry. It should never surprise you if I use potatoes in any form, in any kind of budget content, because to me, they're one of the best budget-friendly foods. I also want to note here too, I'm not using like the cheapest items when it comes to these meals. I didn't buy them at the cheapest store. I like to shop at Trader Joe's. It's just a personal preference. I didn't even buy the cheapest type of potato. You'll see some of my items are organic. So these meals could be made even cheaper if you are being super budget conscious and you want to make them for way less. Shopping at a more traditional grocery store like a Kroger or a Smith's or an Albertsons, you get these items even cheaper. It's just personal preference where I shop. And I do try to make all of our meals a certain price. And sometimes when I try to go a little bit lower then our average, that is the time that I like to share these videos for just ideas. So I'm making a potato salad. So I'm only including the cost for this salad is the potatoes and the celery, and I'm only using half the celery. But as far as like the condiments that go with it, it's really just kind of like a use it up purpose. I don't buy condiments specifically for recipes anymore. I buy condiments to have on hand that I can mix and match. So I'm really into red potatoes right now. I just put on my community post that yes, I am pregnant, and no, I have had no food aversions yet, no cravings. It's still very, very early. So everyone that's like, oh, I knew it because you ate this. I actually did not film any content for 6 weeks. I took time off and filmed everything in advance before our embryo transfer. If you want to check out my other channel and see all that we did through the IVF process, you can check out it. I'll link it down below. So like I said, for condiments of this, I'm not including them, but they're so minimal. And I did also add mayo. I do want to make a note of that too. I found some in our refrigerator that was like the bottom of the barrel. I had like 2 tablespoons left. So I'm not including the cost for that, but you could definitely do that. But I just want to point out that not everything I'm using here is the absolute cheapest item ever, but the cost of my meals are so incredibly low because I'm being mindful about my ingredients. I also ate the leftover of this salad. I split it in 2 for this day and the day that I'm doing this voiceover, which is the next day. And there's something about potatoes that they just make my heart so happy. I did a potato video recently with recipes with potatoes. You guys loved it. I'm going to do another one because I'm just obsessed with potatoes right now. I mean, I've always been obsessed with potatoes. That's nothing new. But like currently, I think it's just because it's getting cooler out. And I actually ate this potato salad warm on day one and then cold today. And it's good either way. My grandma always used to make a warm potato salad and it always reminds me of her. But these little red potatoes are just so good. The texture of them recently have just been amazing. I've always been a russet girl, sweet potato girl. Reds are kind of like meh, but recently reds have just been really, really good. Maybe they're in season. I don't know what a potato season is. But I highly recommend putting a potato salad in your refrigerator, having it as a go-to for lunch throughout the week. You can make this ginormous salad and pick at it, and it's really, really good. And it's so budget friendly. If you clicked on today's video, it might be because you're looking for ways to save money on your groceries, and I have an awesome way for you to save money on your laundry. I'm super excited to be partnering with Earth Breeze for today's video. I've worked with them so many times, and every single time I'm so happy to share with you guys because so many of you love them as much as I do. Earth Breeze Eco Sheets 100% dissolve in water and any type of washing machine. Unlike old-fashioned detergent that can be up to 90% water, and you have those huge plastic jugs that you have to lug around, and of course they end up in landfills. Earth Breeze Eco Sheets are compact and plastic-free. Their flexible subscriptions can be adjusted, paused, or canceled at any time without penalty. And good news, guys, they are vegan and cruelty-free. As you know, I am a runner, and I'm so impressed with Earth Breeze's ability to clean my stinky, sweaty running clothes and my husband's. He's not a runner, but he works out a lot. He also has a really tough, challenging job, and he brings me home some stinky clothes, and I am super impressed. They leave our clothes feeling fresh and restored. With their Buy One, Give 10 initiative, each purchase donates 10 loads of detergent to a charitable cause of your choice. 100% satisfaction or your money back. Most importantly, Earth Breeze is tough on stains and removes odor. There's no reason not to switch. Go to earthbreeze.com/Miranda to get started with 40% off. That's earthbreeze.com/Miranda for 40% off your subscription. I saved the best for last. This dinner, oh my gosh, was so good. I am so thankful that I found tofu on sale at Target for $2. I really want to make a tofu video for you guys. It's why I bought the tofu. But then I get stuck on something that I make and I can't stop eating it, so I only make one recipe. Happens to me all the time. I need to just put together like all my favorite ways to make tofu. I probably have enough of them out there that I could probably put a video together from everything that I've created over the last 4 years. But this week, this is how I had tofu. It was like wings, like mild wings. I used to work at a wing joint in college, so I really just love buffalo sauce. And these green beans. My husband told me these were the best green beans he's ever had in his life. Salt, dried onions, nutritional yeast, roast them at 425 for about 40 minutes. They're perfect. Yes, they're frozen. I feel like the Trader Joe's ones don't have like a weird texture when you roast them. You could also do fresh green beans if you want to. Just toss a little oil so that way they don't get funky. You could also do canned green beans. I shared in a video recently where I made roasted canned green beans. But the three together, salt, onions, and nutritional yeast, was amazing. I also made them in a skillet a couple nights later because I did have some leftover tofu, but I didn't have any leftover green beans because we ate them all. But so good. Just use those three ingredients as seasoning. It's amazing. So the tofu, it is organic. It was on sale for $2 a block. And I did save some for other people, but I did also buy a lot. And I put some in my freezer because it was such a great price. So 2 ingredients here. I'm using some cornstarch, about 3 tablespoons, and then about a half a cup of buffalo sauce. You toss your tofu in it, you roast it, again, 425 for 40 minutes. If you guys love spicy food, we can be best friends. I mean, we can be best friends even if you don't like spicy foods, but I love spicy foods. Wing sauce, one of my favorite things ever. This was just so good. It was like the simplest meal ever. As you can see, it doesn't even have like another carbohydrate source to it. It was just veggies and some protein. And it was like the best meal I think I've made all week. And I make a lot of good meals. I don't share everything I make here with you guys. I don't share all my snacks. I don't share all my lunches, all my breakfasts. I just share like a few of my meals every single week. These were so good. Oh my gosh. I kind of want to make these for Thanksgiving. Is that weird? Probably. We probably shouldn't make them for Thanksgiving. Plus, my husband's probably sick of them because we've had them so many times this week. But they reheat really well too. I made this for us this day, had some leftovers, took them to work the next day. They reheat really well if you put them in a skillet, or maybe if you have a air fryer that you like to reheat things in. I mean, I'll even eat them cold. I like cold food, but if you want them to be reheated, they reheat really well. And you can coat them as much as you want. If you do not like wing sauce, if you don't like anything spicy, you could do barbecue. That would be really good. Teriyaki would be really good. What else? Honey mustard, if you want to go that route. Just anything that you could toss a wing in, toss tofu with it. And the cornstarch makes it so it's super crunchy. So it has a really crunchy coating. And then when you bite into the center, it's nice and soft. It's just so delicious. Line them up on a baking sheet. As you saw, I did use aluminum foil. I always say this, but it's just my personal preference. You can also use parchment paper if you want to. I did spray it with some coconut spray. And then just line them up so they're not really touching too much. And then pop it in the oven. 425 for 40 minutes. I know I've said that 3 times, but I need you to make this recipe. And I need you to tag me on Instagram when you do and tell me how much you loved it. You're going to have a hard time not eating this entire tray. It was incredible. Don't those beans look so good? These little tofu nuggets, oh man, they're just amazing. I am shocked that for so long I didn't like tofu because it's just so good. It is just one of those things that's so versatile. Once you start cooking with it and you find the way you like it, you're going to keep eating it. I hope you really enjoyed today's video. Make sure you're subscribed so you never miss a new budget meal video by me. I put out new videos every single week with new recipes. And of course, you can always follow me on Instagram for more real life things. Before you leave, smash that thumbs up button and I'll see you soon in a new one. Bye. Did you think I forgot about the cost breakdown? Because I absolutely didn't. I just tricked you. I told you it was at the end of today's video. So here's the cost breakdown. Breakfast was $1.37, lunch was $1.50, and dinner was $1.33. This is per meal. As you saw, I just made 1 breakfast, 2 lunches, and 2 dinners. Thanks for joining me today. I'll see you next week in a new video.